Hi, Janice from El Segundo. Oh, my God. Where will a little play take you?
Ma'am?
Game day scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day.
Welcome to Bob's. What are you?
President Coolidge and I picked up this brand name mattress from the competition. Not sure I got the best President's Day deal.
At Bob's, you get our lowest price every day. Take our best-selling Lush mattress. It has high-density memory foam and a cooling cover, just like the competition, but only costs $9.99.
I paid way more than that.
Alvin, you've got to try this.
Calvin Coolidge.
When you find the better choice, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Anchor Don Lemon here, released after facing a federal judge. New details about his arrest and the civil rights fight that's unfolding and bringing life back to Altadena. A big effort gets underway today to beautify scorched land from the Eaton fire. How trees will be planted as a sign of hope and unity ahead in a live report.
And it was certainly a warm one yesterday. We'll keep that warm trend going here this afternoon with highs in the 80s yet again. We'll have more coming up in your First Alert weather forecast.
You're watching NBC4. Here's what's happening today in LA.
Good morning, everyone. Here we go. It is Saturday, January 31st, the last day of this month, as we take a live look over Cabazon from our new camera at Morongo Casino. Thank you for waking up with us. I'm Michelle Vias. I'm already feeling lucky. Speaking of that casino camera, we have meteorologist Stephanie Olmo here bringing in all of the sunshine. Good to have you here on the weekend mornings. You always see you at night.
Exactly. Night, day shift. And so it's nice to be with Michelle early this morning. We're trying to bring in the energy.
Yes, because it's going to be a really kind of warmish, hot day.
Yeah,
it depends on
warm, hot, depending where you live, of course. Yeah. We have temperatures warming up in the mid to upper 80s.
Wow.
So I know we had some records yesterday. Today, the daily records are a lot higher, so it doesn't look like we'll reach records. And I think we're okay with that. All right, let's go over and let's check out this live picture of Universal City, where we're looking at a mostly clear morning out this way. Temperatures at 56 degrees. Notice the number underneath it. We're running 6 degrees warmer now compared to this time yesterday across the region. So, yes, we're feeling the warm up. I know you can't really feel it right now because it's early and temperatures are cool. 55 in Ontario as well as in West Covina. 53 in Van Nuys, lower 60s in Santa Clarita, 32. We're right at that freezing line in Lancaster. It's certainly freezing in Big Bear with a temperature right now at 23. For Orange County, as we head into this afternoon, we'll keep it nice and sunny. So clear skies holding up, temperatures gradually warming to the upper 70s to mid 80s by this afternoon across the area. So today's forecast across the region by this afternoon for the basin warming up to 86, 85 breezy conditions for the valleys and IE, and temperatures in the 70s for the high desert. Michelle, back to you.
Steph, thank you so much. A day of anti-ICE protests got violent in downtown LA. Here you could see what happened. We saw standoffs with police there. Items were also thrown at federal agents with tear gas shot back, and even a big dumpster here was pushed up against the detention center in downtown LA. A few hours later, it was set on fire. We saw a lot of things happen last night. Mayor Karen Bass said all of this led to a citywide tactical alert and at least 5 arrests. The protest started peacefully with thousands in the street telling ICE to leave. Tens of thousands in other cities across the country also protested. The outrage continues after the killing of 2 American citizens by federal agents in Minneapolis.
I think the protests are extremely important, but it is equally important for these protests to be peaceful, for vandalism not to take place. That just hurts the city. That does not impact the administration in any kind of way that is going to bring about any type of change.
Yesterday's demonstration was part of National Ice Out Day, protesting against immigration operations across the country, and more demonstrations are expected this weekend. Former CNN anchor Don Lemon faces federal civil rights charges after covering a protest at a church in Minnesota.
We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave.
So Lemon was arrested in LA Thursday night and released yesterday afternoon. He is accused of conspiracy against the right of religious freedom over his news coverage of an anti-ICE protest in a Minnesota church. So Lemon was seen on video identifying himself as a journalist multiple times. The independent journalist says he was exercising his First Amendment right as a member of the free press.
Last night, the DOJ sent a team of federal agents to arrest me in the middle of the night for something that I've been doing for the last 30 years.
The unsealed criminal indictment alleges Lemon was not just an observer at the January 18th church service in St. Paul, but an active participant who tried to intimidate and oppress the pastor.
It's very likely that what's happening here is that the government says, look, about 30 years ago, a law was passed that says if you're in a church and a service is going on, you have a right to it not being disrupted. If people come in to try to demonstrate and to exercise their First Amendment rights and interfere with it, they're breaking the federal law. So the allegation is that a bunch of anti-ICE folks went into an ongoing church service. Don Lemon was there. Was he part of the disruption and the protest, or was he acting as a journalist, simply taking pictures, interviewing people?
And that is the question. Lemon's attorney calls the arrest an unprecedented attack on the First Amendment. On his YouTube show last night, Lemon told viewers he looks forward to his day in court. 3 others, including a news producer, were also charged in the indictment. Lemon has been ordered to appear in court in Minnesota February 6. For more on Don Lemon's arrest and its implications moving forward, as well as court sketches and his comments after walking out, go to NBCLA.com or download the NBCLA app. The U.S. Senate has approved a bill to fund most of the government through the end of September, except for the Department of Homeland Security. If passed by the House, DHS will be funded on a short-term basis for just 2 weeks, while lawmakers negotiate immigration enforcement reform after the shooting deaths of Renee Good and Alex Preddy by immigration agents. President Trump called Preddy an agitator and perhaps an insurrectionist. It's another big step in the road to recovery for the community impacted by the Eaton fire over a year ago. Today, trees are being planted after a historic loss in the city of Altadena. There this morning, NBC4's Annette Ariola to bring us all the latest. We need this good news this morning. Annette, good morning.
Hey there, good morning to you, Michelle. This is wonderful news. Arbor Day Foundation is spearheading this event today with local partners, and it's fantastic because Arbor Day is the largest nonprofit organization that travels all around the world planting trees. I have the honor of meeting the CEO of Arbor Day this morning, Dan Lamb, all the way from Lincoln, Nebraska. Dan, we were talking about how important it is to plant the right tree in the right place at the right time, and you guys are doing it here at this local elementary school in Altadena. Talk to us about what we're going to see today.
Today, we are planting trees, we're planting shrubs, we're helping to bring life, healing back to Altadena after the fires from a year ago. We're working with great local partners like Amigos de los Rios to help replant, restore, and bring life back to this community.
And these are some of the plants, right? That are
These are
be
some of the shrubs
back.
we're planting. We've got children and families from this local school coming to help plant this morning. We've got some corporate partners helping us. We've got trees over here. As you know, trees are not only helping to clean our air, clean our water, but they help make us feel better. They help lift our spirits. And so there's never been a more important time, especially in Altadena, to be planting trees.
Yeah, it's all part of the healing process. And we understand that throughout the years, over time, you guys will be going into those areas that were severely burned. Not right now. This is not the moment. And that's why you guys are starting in the areas where you can't plant.
Exactly. This is just the beginning. We have years of planting ahead of us in impacted areas. This city is important. We're bringing hope. We are bold enough to believe trees can make a difference in people's lives, and we couldn't be more excited to be helping with restoration here in Altadena.
And what the organization does is really fantastic because you guys go into areas that have been struck by tornadoes, natural disasters like wildfires, and you help piece them back together, a very critical part of the environment and for people to actually feel at home again.
Agree. So Yes, we work with local communities, local nonprofit organizations, and cities after hurricanes, fires, windstorms to bring life, to bring beauty, to bring hope and healing back through trees.
This is fantastic. And by the way, Michelle, it's all going to start at 9 o'clock this morning. And the families in this community are going to be coming out here with their children to also help plant all the shrubs and just beautify the school a little bit. So it's a win-win for everybody. We'll send it back to you.
The foundation, building a new foundation. Thank you so much, Annette.
Yeah. You got it.
Such a great project, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be a nice one this morning for planting. All right, let's go over the temperatures for yesterday. Actually, we set some records, broke some records across the region. So in Santa Ana, you actually warmed up to 88, breaking the old record of 87. In downtown LA and LAX, we actually tied records. So it was a pretty warm one yesterday. It's going to be warm again this afternoon, but the only difference here today is the daily high temperatures are a lot higher.